Hello. How you all doing, guys? Welcome back to a new tutorial. Oh my god, like I am loving this outfit on me. It's giving me that sweet 16 vibe. Like, guys, this is so beautiful. This is a romper suit and with a cold shoulder sleeve. Honestly, you are going to love this one. You are going to love this one. And I love every bit of this outfit and the making of it. So, guys, you want to see this one? Don't worry, I got you covered. Let's just go to the drawing table. Let's go. Okay, so this is my print and my working tools, all right? So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and open up my fabric. So our African print comes with 6 yards, right? So I'm just going to carefully take out 2 yards out of it. Yes, 2 yards was enough for me. I just managed 2 yards for this, okay? And what I did was to go ahead and cut that out like so. And of course, set out the remaining aside. So this is my 2 yards left. So that's what I'm going to be working with. Now, this is a romper suit, right? Because I want to get it right, I decided to cut out for the lower part first. Usually we like to cut the upper part first, but I needed to cut out the lower part so that I don't run into shortages of fabric, okay? So I went ahead now to fold my fabric into two like so. Then I folded it again in an angle, in a triangular form. You can see what I'm doing. I'll make a triangular cutout fold rather like this. You can see this. Once I have my triangular fold, I just make sure that I align it on a straight line like this. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do now is to take note of the measurement of my suit. Now, the full measurement I'm working with is 36, okay, the full length. Then I went ahead to take out 17 inches for the half length, which is the upper part. Then I'm left with 19. So 19 is going to be for the lower part, okay? 19, I also added like 1 inches for hemming allowance, and that made it 20. So 20 is the length of this. Now, for the waist circumference, I am working with 36 divided by 4, and that is what? 9. Added 2 inches extra, and that's what? 11. So you can see me making what? Trying to get my 11 inches, the way I'm moving my tape, okay? Now, at the point where I'm able to get that 11 inches, okay, then I'll go ahead and mark it down. Marking it down already on both sides. So when I did that now, I will now move my tape to the edge so that I can get a proper, curve, okay? Like we always do when we're cutting out our flare. You can see, so at that point, I now have like 15, so I just have to keep moving my tape to like get a perfect curve right there. So you can see this now. So once I was done, I went ahead to make my curve. So after I was done marking out my curve, I also went ahead to measure it. There's tendency you will definitely have an excesses, okay? So you can see it's 11, right? So I had about 11.5 there. Now the excesses I have here is going to serve for my zipper space. So that's why I'm cutting out for the front and the back piece together. Do you understand that now? Now, the next thing I want to do now is to indicate the crotch depth. For the crotch depth, I use my hip circumference, which is 44, divided it by 4, that is 11, and I added 2 inches to it, making it 13 for my crotch depth. Now, because this is a flesh shot and I wanted that extra ease, so I added 3 more inches again to that crotch depth, and that made it 16. So from my waistline, I marked 16 inches. I hope you understand. Nothing difficult at all. Now, from that waistline, I'll just make a straight cut to meet that 16 inches, and I make a crotch curve right there. Now, there is no need for marking out the hip line and all that, because it's the flare part. It's free, right? So there is no even need of trying to fix in your hip circumference and all that. Just take it the way I'm drafting it there, from the waist, connect it to that crotch depth there, and make your crotch curve there. That's just it. Now, remember we said the length of the short is going to be 20, right? So from that waistline, I indicated my 20 inches. Sorry, my camera was off this part and I didn't notice it, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. So once I took note of the length of the short, then I took my tape back to the edge like so that I can make a proper curve, okay? Just like we did for the, the first curve. You can see So I keep moving my tape on this angle till I was able to get that complete curve right there. I hope you can see. Yes, so just going ahead to make a curve. And guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that. Please hit the subscribe button, like, share. Don't forget to share with your friends, share with your sewing communities. I will really appreciate this a lot because this will really go a long way to help this channel. Like I used to say, don't just watch and go, like and share. Okay, I'll really appreciate this. Thank you so much. So going ahead to mark out my curve like so. You can see this now. So once I was done, I'll just go ahead now and connect my curve. So you can see, like I said, the full length of this suit was 36. So if you want yours to be a bit longer, that means you might have to use more than 2 yards. Okay, yes, so that's it. So you can see that, guys, we're done. That's it for just the short here. So going ahead to cut this all out. So once I was done cutting this out, I'll go ahead and slit the sides open as well. Okay, remember I said the excesses we have on the waist is going to serve as what? The zipper space. So I'm just trying to indicate the wrong side now. So I'll go ahead and set this aside. We'll move over to the front. Now this is what we're going to use to cut out the front now, because we are going to cut it out like an off shoulder. So I'm taking off 6 inches, okay, which will represent my strap. Okay, so from that 6 inches mark, I marked the chest line at 9 and I marked the waistline at 17. Remember we said the half length we were cutting out was 17. Then I just had extra 1 inches down there, okay, for, joining allowance there. Then I'm going ahead to mark a straight line. After that, I'll also go ahead and, just chalk it down the chest line and the waistline, right? All right, so on the top part there, I'm going to use the shoulder width because it's an off shoulder now, right? I'm going to use the shoulder width of 5, added 0.5 inches, and that made it what? 5.5. So I'll mark that down. That's for the shoulder width of this. Then I'll go ahead on that chest line. I'll now put in my bust circumference. I'm working with 38 divided by 4, and that is 9.5. So I'll mark that down. Then I'll also mark extra 2.5 inches worth for my seam allowance. Okay, and I mark that down as well. So going ahead to just mark out my curve. Honestly, I apologize for the bloodness, or yeah, the bloodness we keep getting in some parts of this video. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, yes, so going ahead to make my curve right there. Then on the waistline as well, I fixed in the waist circumference, which was 36 divided by 4, 9, and I also added the 2.5 inches extra allowance. So I went ahead to connect it right there. You can see this. So we're just done with the side drafting. So that's it, guys. So the next thing I did was to put in the neck depth. Remember, we are marking at the 6 inches. Some people would like to leave it at that 6 inches, but I decided to go down by extra 1 inches to make it deeper for my neckline. Okay, so making it deeper, I place it at my 6 inches mark and I just marked 7 inches. Okay, which means I went deeper by 1 inches. Okay, and I reconnected what? My neckline. So if you still want it deeper, you can still go down. Okay, of course that means you might have to be seeing some cleavages, but it's fine this way for me. All right, so I was done with that, so I went ahead now to cut it all out. You can see me cutting through the armhole and through the neckline, and that was it, guys. And also, once I was done with that, I went ahead now to cut out for the the back piece. Okay, so I placed my fabric on, make sure that I fixed zipper space of about 2 inches. So if you are using a stretchy fabric, of course there will be no need for what? Your zipper, right? Yes, so this is not stretchy, so I have to fix what? A zipper for it. So going ahead to trace it all out, you can see this now. I'll go ahead now and also adjust the neckline for the back, because I wanted the back neckline to be also be deeper again. Okay, so slitting the zipper space open and also notching that zipper allowance there. Then I'll also marked 4 inches like my bust span. Just that's where I'm going to be fixing my dart. So I just had to notch that part down. Now for the back neckline, like I said, I went deeper again. So you can decide to, make it get to that armhole line like so, or you can decide to move up a little. So I just wanted it to go up a little bit by 1 inch. So which means for the back neck depth, I used 8 inches. While for the front, I used 7 inches. That's just it, okay? And this is it, guys, for the back. You can see this now. So what I'm going to do now is towards I'm going to be cutting out a lining for mine. If you're not going to be using a lining, you can just go ahead and just, sew. But I'm going to be using a lining for mine. You can see I'm fixing in my dart there. So for the front, I'm just going to sew a dart of 6 inches upward, okay, from the lowest hem there. 6 inches upward is fine. You just sew your dart about 0.5 inches, right? And that's just it for the front piece, okay? Yes, I'll do the same thing for the other side, but mine will be after I've done turning out with my lining. Why for the back piece, my dart is going to go all the way up, okay, all the way up there, and repeat the same thing for the other side. So I'm just using my chalk to show you how the dart, line and sewing is going, okay? Yes, so like I said, I will turn mine with the lining first. Now, I went ahead to cut out a strap of 2 inches in width. So this is the strap that is going to serve as my hand. Okay, 2 inches in width for this strap. You can see this. What I will do now is to go ahead and sew this strap. You can just fold on both ends like this and bring it together and sew. Or you can decide to sew it on the wrong side and turn it all out to the front. So I'll do that later on. So once I'm done, I also went ahead to cut out my lining for both the front and the back. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, like, share. I will appreciate this a lot. Please do this for me. Thank you. So now I am done with my strap. Now you can see this. So before I turn with my lining, I have to attach my strap first. But for my strap, remember it was 6 inches that we took off, like right when we were drafting out. So 6 inches for the front, 6 inches for the back, making it 12. Then I added extra 1 inches, making it 13. So 13 was enough for my strap. But there's room for adjustment. If you feel that you need to still take it all up, you can still do that. But 13 was fine, okay, for me at this point. So now I'll bring the front piece, then I'm going to take my strap and place it. You can see place it at that point there. Attach it. I'm using my pin to hold it down. Then I'll also will do the same thing for the other side. So once I'm done attaching my strap, then I can now use my lining to turn it all out. So I can now place my lining now and go sew the armhole and the neckline. So I'll go ahead and finish this up first, okay, for the front piece. So once I was done, this is what I have. You can see my strap was already hidden in for this front piece now. You can see this. So I've not given this a good press yet because my power is not on at this point, but I still need to move on. So now that I have this, I can now bring the back piece now. I will now align it, place it right side to right side. You need to make sure that the strap is aligning properly. If not, you might just get it mixed out. So I'm going ahead to sew my strap now. Just use my pin to hold it. So one thing I did is, I need to measure this for you now. For this strap, I ended up readjusting the strap, okay? So 3.5 inches away from the zipper space was okay for my strap for the back. But you can see where I'm placing it now, okay, was not where it ended up. So I need to point that out, okay? So I made an adjustment later on, okay? 3.5 inches away from the zipper space, or even 4 inches, depending on you. Then you can now attach the strap. So once I'm done attaching my strap with my pin, then I'll also use my lining to turn it all out. So once I'm done turning lining, I can go ahead and also sew the sides, and of course I can give it a very good press if I'm done. So once you're done sewing the lining, you can now fix your darts. So I'll go ahead and finish all this up. So after that, I'll also sew for the crotch for the lowest part, and it's just one piece I'll be doing this for. I'll leave the other one for the back space. So once I was done, this was what I have, guys. You can see this, guys. I've gone ahead to sew my darts for the back and for the front as well. You can see this. Everything is looking all good already. Now for the lowest part, you can see the front part. I just sewed the crotch there. You can see this. Why for the back was still left open because that's going to serve what as the zipper side. Okay, so there. So it's time to now attach this to the upper parts. So I'm bringing in the front part now. I'm going to go ahead and sew it, okay? Make sure it's aligning properly, very well. Sew it for the front. Then for the back, I'll also do the same thing. Now, at every point you're sewing it, just make sure that you are making sure that the strap is aligning properly. If not, if you get it twisted, it might not turn out right. I hope you understand. So I'll go ahead and finish this up and also fix my zipper, okay? Yes, I'll fix my zipper. I'll come back to show you the look of it. Yeah. So once I was done, this was what I have. You can see I've gone ahead to attach my zipper as well. Everything is looking all good. So I think you can also fix a pocket if you want to. I ended up fixing the pocket later on. Just 3 inches or 2 inches away from the half length there, you can attach your regular pockets. Okay, this is a flash shot, so your pockets, regular pockets can go. Okay, yeah. So going ahead to now bring everything together, I'll go ahead now and join the sides. After joining the sides now, I'll also sew the crotch there. And guys, we're almost done. Oh, we're almost done here because by the time you join the side, like this outfit is good to go. You can just rock it this way. But of course, we're going to be giving it a cold shoulder effect. Okay. So I'm just using my pin to demonstrate it now. As mean we have already joined the sides. It's looking like this already, right? Which is good to go. But then again, we are going to be fixing a sleeve. So I'm going to measure what we have on that armhole. So from one point of the armhole to the other, what do I have there? I have about 10 inches. That's what I'm going to use to cut out my sleeve, okay? Yes, just measure what you have on your armhole there. Now, I'll set this aside now. Use it to cut out my sleeve. So this is the leftover piece that I have. You can see this. This is like the half circle. I'll use this to cut out for 2 sleeves. But if you want that flare, more flare effect, then this one alone can serve for only one sleeve, okay? Yeah, because I'm cutting out for the 2 sleeve, I have to fold it again into 2. Then I will measure what? 5 inches. Of course, by the time you open it up, it will be 10 inches. So getting my 5 inches mark there, I just move my tape to the point where I can get my 5 inches, and I went ahead to mark that down. Then place it at the edge and got the curve there and marked it all down. So by the time I'm done, you go ahead now and cut it out. So you see that you have 5 inches times 2, which is going to be 10. Any excesses you have is fine. You just split it in there. So what I did later on, I still did some joining to just give it that a little bit of flare effect, okay? Yes, so that's why I said you can even use only this one for just one sleeve. So once I was done, I went ahead to cut this out like this. And this is it, guys. You can see what we have here. I'll split it open on the side so that one is going to serve for each sleeve. You can see this now. So you can see we have our cutout here. Now, what I'm going to do next now is, before attaching it, I have to hem the lowest part there, hem the lowest part, and hem the sides, okay? Hem the lowest part, hem the side, then also weave the top part. Just weaving is okay because we've already used the lining to turn the armhole, so you need to weave it, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and start sewing it from that one point of the armhole, just the place where we measured. Just sew it, okay? Yes, so like I said, if you have any excesses, pleat it inside there, okay? Except you just want to cut it out, pleat it inside there, okay? Yeah, so once you're done sewing it, you can see what you have there. Our sleeve is already attached. Now, to close it all up, you're going to bring it together. Because you've already hemmed the side, then you can just hold it 1 inches from the lowest part, and that will be enough. You can see how I use my pin to hold it, and that's just it, guys. We're done. We're done, guys. Guys, you will not believe it when I tell you that this outfit is done and dusted. Thank you guys so much as we've come to the end, and I hope you find this helpful. Please don't forget to like, share with friends, share with your sewing communities. I really appreciate this a lot, okay? See you on the next one, guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.